You may think she's just being nice, or maybe she's too quiet, too distant, too playful. But here's the truth most men never understand. When a woman secretly wants you to chase her, she doesn't use words. She uses energy, she uses time, she uses presence. Her longing is not loud, it's layered. There's something captivating about a woman who doesn't openly ask for attention, but still pulls you in. You don't know why you can't stop thinking about her. You don't know why you remember the curve of her smile, the glance she gave you across the room, the way she listened so intently to your story. That's not random, that's not coincidence. That's a signal, and yet here's where most men fall short. They either rush in too fast or they stay frozen in fear, but the men who understand how to read her, who move with awareness, not desperation, those are the men she wants to chase her. Let's talk about these 10 irresistible signs, because once you know them, you won't just be chasing her. You'll be meeting her where she already is, silently hoping you'll notice. 1. Her eyes stay longer than necessary. It's not about the first look, it's about the second one, the glance that lingers, the gaze she holds a beat longer than needed. When she's into you, she'll use her eyes to test your awareness. Does he notice? Will he look back with confidence? Her gaze isn't just curiosity, it's her heart reaching out in the only way it knows how, silently. She wants you to feel something stir inside you when she looks at you. Something primal, something grounding. And if you feel it, chase her, not with neediness, but with presence too. She creates space for you without making it obvious. She may not ask you to join her, but she'll subtly rearrange her world to make sure you could. She might sit near you, walk a little slower when you're behind her, or pause just long enough for you to catch up. These moments may seem accidental, but they're not. A woman who wants to be pursued will open doors without ever touching the handle. It's your job to walk through them. Don't wait for loud invitations. Real chemistry is often whispered, not shouted. 3. She's playful, but not with everyone. Notice how she interacts with others. Is she playful with everyone or just with you? When a woman teases you, lightly mocks you, or playfully challenges you, she's creating tension, and tension is the birthplace of attraction. But she's selective. She doesn't give that playful side to everyone. She gives it to the one man she hopes will chase her. It's not about immaturity, it's about creating emotional spark, testing your resilience, and seeing if you'll lean in rather than retreat. 4. She mirrors you unconsciously. You lean forward, and she does too. You touch your neck, and moments later, so does she. You laugh, and she follows, even if the joke wasn't that funny. Mirroring isn't manipulation. It's biology. It's attraction in motion. When a woman wants to be chased, she tunes into you at a subconscious level. Her body language syncs with yours, not to copy you, but to feel closer connected. If you notice this mirroring, you're not imagining it. You're being invited deeper. Accept the invitation. 5. She opens up in subtle ways. No, she won't tell you her deepest secrets on day one. But she'll drop breadcrumbs, small revelations about her past, her dreams, her fears. Why? Because a woman who wants to be chased doesn't hand over her heart. She lays a trail, and only the man who's truly interested will follow. She watches how you respond. Do you judge? Do you listen? Do you protect the softness she offers? If you pass that test, she'll offer more. But if you miss those small moments, she'll close that door as quietly as she opened it. 6. She disappears just enough to stay on your mind. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about not giving herself too easily. A woman who wants you to chase her will sometimes pull back, not to punish you, but to see if you'll notice the gap she leaves behind. If she always initiates, always stays, always gives, she'll wonder if you would ever come after her. So when she creates distance, feel it. Let it make you aware. If she mattered when she was near, make sure she knows she matters when she's not. 7. She notices the little things about you. She compliments your hands, your handwriting, your choice of words. She remembers things you barely mentioned, what you said about your childhood, your favorite artist, the book you're reading. This isn't flattery. It's investment. A woman who wants to be chased studies the man she hopes will chase her. She makes you feel seen. She's silently asking, "Can you see me too?" And when you notice her noticing you, that's when the real connection begins. 8. She brings up hypotheticals about the two of you. She'll ask, "Would you date someone like me?" Or "What would we do if we went on a road trip?" These are not random questions. These are gentle provocations, invitations to dream without pressure. She wants to know if the thought of the two of you makes your eyes light up. She's not confessing her feelings, she's planting seeds, and she's waiting to see if you water them with interest, curiosity, or indifference. 9. She supports your growth without being obvious. She encourages your ideas, praises your effort, and subtly reminds you of your potential. But she doesn't do it to win you, she does it because she already sees something in you worth chasing. She believes in your expansion even before you fully do. That's powerful. When a woman sees your greatness and gently calls it forward, don't ignore that. That's not just kindness. It's alignment. She's not trying to save you. She's offering herself as a soft place to land as you rise. 10. She's feminine in your presence. Even if she's strong everywhere else, she's a leader in her world, maybe even intimidating to others. But around you, she softens, she doesn't shrink, she just lets go. Her energy becomes more fluid, her laughter more open, her movements more natural. That's not coincidence, that's surrender. That's the feminine responding to grounded masculine energy. And that is one of the deepest signs she wants to be pursued, not dominated, not conquered, but met with clarity and presence. So now you know, the chase she wants isn't about running after her blindly. It's about reading her with depth, seeing the signs most miss and choosing to move, not from hunger or control, but from awareness. Because here's the truth. A woman who secretly wants you to chase her has likely been disappointed before. She's tested hearts and been let down by empty words, confused signals, and careless men. But if you're different, if you show up not to play games, but to truly pursue her soul, she'll respond. She'll let you in, slowly, carefully, completely, and the chase, it won't feel like a game, it'll feel like homecoming. So, to the man listening to this, trust what your gut tells you. That glance, that silence, that almost. Touch, it's not just a moment. It's a message. Don't chase every woman. Chase the one who sees you, the one who chooses you in silence, the one whose soul is already halfway turned toward you. But don't just run, lead, don't just pursue, protect. And don't just want her, understand her. Because once you do, the chase ends where something beautiful begins. And that is where real love starts. She may never confess it with words, not because she's shy, not because she's playing games, but because the language of a woman's desire isn't always spoken, it's felt. When a woman wants you to pursue her, she often becomes more quiet, not louder. More subtle, not obvious. You won't find her making grand declarations or chasing you down the street. Instead, she'll speak through the space between her words, through the way her eyes linger on yours for a second longer than they should, through the nervous twist of her fingers, the shift in her voice when you walk into the room, through the small ways she makes herself available to your presence, without ever begging for it. She craves more than attention. She craves attunement. What she's really seeking isn't a man who reacts to every move she makes. She's looking for a man who understands without her having to explain. A man who can read the unspoken, who can sense her invitation without needing a script. That's rare. That's masculine presence. Masculine certainty isn't about arrogance or dominance. It's about grounded clarity. It's about being so attuned to the moment that you notice her withdrawal and don't panic. You notice her silence and don't force words. You notice her glance and respond, not with desperation, but with depth. She's watching not just how fast you move, but how present you are when you do. She wants to feel that you're not chasing her because you need her, but because you see her. All of her, even the parts she hides, especially the parts she hides. That's why the chase to her is not about ego. It's about emotional safety. Because when a man can pick up on her signals without making her explain or prove herself, he's showing her something sacred, that he can lead, that he can feel, that he can listen without her needing to speak. The chase she desires isn't about stroking her ego or playing emotional hide and seek. She's not trying to confuse you or lead you on. This isn't about manipulation, it's about meaning. What she truly wants is emotional safety. A space where she doesn't have to rush, where she can be both strong and soft, where she can reveal her layers, one at a time, and see if you'll still choose her after each one. When a woman invites you to chase her, she's not asking for a sprint. She's inviting you into a slow unfolding. She wants to know, can you handle the journey of her? Not just the highlight reel, not just her beauty, her laughter, or her warmth, but her fears, her silence, her contradictions. She's testing your depth, how deeply you can feel, how present you can stay when she's not being easy to read. She's testing your patience, whether you'll rush her, or if you'll give her the space to come toward you when she's ready. She's testing your hunger for something real. Are you chasing because you're bored, or because you see something in her that's worth fighting for? This is the part most men miss. They think she's playing hard to get, when really she's protecting her soul. They think she's distant, when she's actually watching to see if you'll show up with consistency, not just intensity. To her, the chase is not about being caught. It's about being understood. It's about knowing that when she opens her heart, even just a little, you won't take it for granted. She wants to know that you're not just here for the thrill, that you're here for the truth, that your interest isn't shallow, it's soul deep. So when she pulls back slightly, or takes her time responding, or watches you more than she speaks to you, don't assume she's not interested. Assume she's listening, feeling, learning who you are not by what you say, but by how you move when things aren't easy. Because the chase she desires isn't a test of how badly you want her body. It's a revelation of how deeply you can hold her spirit. And if you pass that, you're not just the man who pursued her. You're the man she chooses not just for now, but for something far more lasting. When she secretly wants you to chase her, it's not about pursuit in the traditional sense. It's not a conquest, not a game, and certainly not a performance to win her approval. It's something far deeper, more sacred. It's a silent invitation. An invitation for you to step into your masculine energy, not to dominate, but to lead. To lead with intention, not impulse. To move toward her, not with pressure, but with purpose. Because what she's really asking is this: can you meet me without trying to own me? Can you see me without trying to change me? Can you pursue me without losing yourself? This kind of chase isn't about proving your worth to her. It's about revealing your presence, your clarity, your depth. Because deep down she doesn't want to be conquered, she wants to be felt. She doesn't want to be impressed. She wants to be understood. She doesn't want to be overwhelmed. She wants to be awakened. There is something within her, something powerful, something soft, something ancient, that is waiting to be unlocked. And the man who chases with heart, with awareness, with restraint and power, that is the man who stirs what's been sleeping inside her. Not her surface, not just her desire, but her soul. When she wants you to chase her, she's not hoping for shallow flattery or grand gestures. She's hoping you'll notice what's unspoken. She's hoping you'll sense the parts of her she hasn't yet given voice to. She's hoping you'll be strong enough not to chase her like prey, but to pursue her like a path worth walking slowly, carefully, boldly. Because if you do come, if you approach her essence, not just her body, if you show her that your chase is not for conquest, but for connection, she will unfold, she will trust, she will surrender not because she was won, but because she was seen.